Alright guys, back with another video. So our favorite pollster, I mean that sarcastically of course, Ecos had just come out with a new poll, and you're not going to believe this. So it's showing that the Liberals would win 251 seats, Conservatives at 83, Bloc only with 8, PPC with 1, Green 0, NDP 0. I'm just pausing a little bit so you guys can finish laughing. Does anyone actually believe this? Now, I've been critical and suspect of other pollsters, and we'll get to that in a minute, but, I mean, who in their right mind would actually think, I mean, even the real Albanian Pat, who puts out some good polling information, even he says, please don't take this poll seriously. So there's suspect number one, a credible pollster. I know he's just a kid, but he seems pretty credible. Heath says it's a joke. Okay, strike one. 49% of the vote for the Liberals. Really. After getting a very low turnout in the Liberal leadership race. Strike number two. The People's Party getting a seat. Strike three. NDP and Greens combining for 0. That doesn't make any sense. So let's have a look at some of these NDP, what I would say NDP or likely or safe. So Rosemont, 338 has them 99%. They're up by over 20 points. So Ecos says that the Liberals or the Bloc is going to win this seat. Then you go to Hamilton Center, which is my riding. 92% for the NDP. 8-point lead. And trust me, I live in this area. This is a heavy NDP riding. I know some of them are leaving to go over to the Liberals, but trust me when I say this, they have a cult following. They're going to win some seats. They're going to get votes. They're going to lose seats. They're not getting 25 or whatever it is they have. But I mean, what's the chance they lose both Rosemont and Hamilton Center? And Edmonton Strathcona. 93%. And then we go over here to New Westminster, Burnaby. And again, it's a little bit less likely they win, but still 79% chance. And then Vancouver East, they're up by 19. 99%. So what are the odds that the NDP loses all of those seats? Just those seats. There's a few others I didn't mention because it's a bit closer. Toss-ups. But these are like NDP safe and likely ridings. I just pulled up a few of them. So according to Frank Graves, the NDP is going to lose all of these seats. Yeah, right. Not to mention, if we go here, right, they said that the PPC is going to win a seat. I don't see any purple here. Right? I mean, where's the purple? That's, in Quebec, Ontario. I'm scrolling a bit fast here. But as I'm talking, just watch for the purple. See what you tell me what you see. I don't even see a toss-up here for them. And by the way, Maxime Bernier is now running in a riding called Beauce. We'll get to that as soon as I'm done here. Where's the purple? I know maybe I'm missing the seat, but I've checked this a few times. I don't see any purple. I don't see any toss-ups. Yeah. So let's go to Beauce, which is in northern Quebec. Let's go back up here. Okay, let's get to Quebec. Here we go. So Beauce. CPC safe. So even in this home riding, look at this. Dude's at 8% in his own riding. Not even a 1% chance to win his own riding, but they're going to win some other riding. I guess probably somewhere in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, where they'd have their best chance, which is where Maxime Bernier had his old riding was in Manitoba. He left because he's going to get smashed, even worse than he's going to get smashed here. So where exactly are they going to win a seat? It makes no sense. Now, if that's not enough, remember that video I made probably about a month ago or so, where Brian Lilly and many others posted a former X post from Frank Graves that he deleted. This was back in 2022. Yes, it's a couple years old. But he said that Pierre Poilievre was some sort of like an authoritarian. I'm paraphrasing, but he said a bunch of bad things about Pierre Poilievre and then said he was going to do anything he can to stop Pierre Poilievre from being leader of Canada. Now, since then, there hasn't been a federal election, so he hasn't had a chance to do anything. And what can a pollster possibly do to stop someone from winning? Well, the only thing they can do is try to if they manipulate the polls, making people think that, hey, the Liberals got a chance. Hey, they're going to win. Get out and vote, everybody. They did the same thing in the States. So good job to Frank Graves. It's nice American-style politics there. It's ridiculous. And if that's still not enough, look at some of these numbers. Like, they got the PPC getting 14 to 15% in Saskatchewan, Manitoba. I mean, maybe they get some, but they're probably not going to do that well. It's just not likely. And then look at this. Bloc Québécois in Alberta, almost a full percentage point. What? I'm sorry? That makes zero sense. I don't even know if that's possible. I don't know if you can even vote for the Bloc in Alberta. Every other province except Quebec has zero. So why Alberta? That makes no sense. There's some really shady things going on with Frank Graves' so-called polling. Now, if we go to the average, now I'm definitely suspect of some of these other polling. I don't know if Mainstream has this right. Innovative, they're showing it close. And I don't mean to say that just because I disagree with a poll, that doesn't mean it's fake. Ecos for sure is fake. I'll say that I'll die on that statement. Liaison Strategies, they don't really put out too many polls. The last time Nanos put out a poll, he had the Conservatives leaning by a point. So we're seeing some interesting information. I don't know if this is manipulating Leger. They have them tied. But yet, 8 days earlier, they had the Conservatives up by 13. So it's a kind of an interesting change. Now, I don't know exactly why that's happening. Yes, I understand that Justin Trudeau's gone and there's a little bit of hype around the Liberals right now. And that's understandable. Same thing happened with Kim Campbell, I believe, in 1993, when there was all this hype around her and then she lost in an absolute landslide. So we could be seeing something like that, where the attitude towards the Liberals is high right now, and then it comes crashing down. That could be what this is. But it is a little bit suspect that, if you go back, look at this. Look at all the 40s. This is in February. This is 5 weeks ago, guys. And everyone except, Ecos and even Nanos, it was a landslide for the Conservatives. And yes, I understand people have some questions about Pierre Poilievre's messaging and whatnot. Sometimes, he needs to be kind of pulled over to important issues. He doesn't, start off, or he doesn't get to the ideas first. He kind of has to be convinced, which I'm fine with. But a lot of people are kind of annoyed that, for example, with the Freedom Convoy, a lot of people accuse him of being late to the party, for example. So he can be frustrating with some people for that, but that's always been the case. Now, the whole Trump tariff thing and people are uniting around this so-called Team Canada, it's possible that Canadian voters are that fickle. All voters are, but I do think that Canadians are more fickle. They're more likely to vote for another party or switch parties, more so than the Americans, for example, just from what I see. But this much? Now, again, I don't know how these polls are being done. I don't know what questions they're asking or how they're asking it. And yes, I do believe that Mark Carney would definitely do better than Justin Trudeau. But within a month, the Liberals at 41%? For a guy who's not very popular and had low turnout at the Liberal leadership race, it seems suspect to me. Now, I don't want to, again, accuse these pollsters of being fake just because they are showing different numbers than what I would agree with or what I think is going to happen, other than Ecos. So, it's just really interesting. And then we go over to Polymarket here. Now, this is the betting market. And if you look, Pierre Poilievre had a massive lead. And then Mark Carney comes in And then all of a sudden it starts to get closer and closer and closer. Then it was tied as of this morning. But then, I don't know why this happened. And this is a little bit suspect, even though it's in favor of Pierre Poilievre, but he just shot up 5 points. I'm not sure what happened there, but the betting market, and we'll see how accurate the betting market is, they were definitely right about Donald Trump. Canadian politics, a little bit different. Voters are very different, as I've said. But you're seeing a little bit of a separation here. Now, is this going to be like Kim Campbell, where Pierre Poilievre and Mark Carney are very close, and then all of a sudden the Conservatives just take over as the Liberals did in 1993? Maybe. Maybe it stays really close. Maybe the Conservatives only win a minority. I definitely think that my old prediction when Justin Trudeau was Prime Minister is probably incorrect. I don't think Pierre Poilievre is going to get 240, 250 seats, especially now, but I still think he's going to hit 200, 210. I still think they're going to get a majority, guys. Maybe I'm wrong. We don't really know if I'm wrong yet. We'll have to see. But in terms of ecos, in terms of what they're trying to do to the polling market, they're doing what, like, remember in the States before the last election when they said that Iowa was going to go to Kamala Harris? And then what happened? Trump won it by what, 13 points? So you can kind of see that there are pollsters who try to change public opinion, and same with the mainstream media. And it seems like it's working a little bit, but it also just seems that these numbers are just inflated. There's so many people who are just completely done with the Liberals. And yes, I know the NDP, some of their voters are going to leave to go Liberal. I just don't believe it's going to be anywhere nearly enough. The NDP is not going to get 0 seats, guys. That's just not going to happen. And the PPC is not going to win a single seat either. So this poll is very, very suspect. I don't know what's going on with the other one, with the other ones who have the Liberals winning, but ecos, fake polling, fake news, end of story. There's no way this is accurate. But let me know what you guys think. Am I wrong? Is ecos credible? Are these other pollsters who are showing the Liberals winning, are they right? Or do you think that Pierre Poilievre is going to have a comeback? Or do you think that Pierre Poilievre never lost the lead and this is just manipulation? I'm really curious to hear what you guys think. Please don't be shy. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps grow the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back shortly with a new video.